Morning, boys and girls. We are going to be doing school from home for a couple of days, and then we will be back at school on Tuesday. So I am going to read you a book that we would have read today in class. It's called The Missing Mitten Mystery. Mystery is usually something that you want to solve. Oscar, I lost my other mitten. That makes 5 mittens this winter. I'm in big trouble. Kind of like Maddie from our other story, but he found his the same day. Let's search every place we played today. We'll start at the hill where we rode on Ralph's sled. Here's Ralph's boot, but there's no mitten. Can you imagine? A friend lost their boot and kept going? That's a lot of snow. I'll look around the castles we built with Ralph and Herbie and Ruth. That was fun. We don't usually get enough snow to make castles like that or little snow forts. It looks like they had a good time. Here's Ralph's other boot and Ruth's sock with Herbie's sweater. These kids are just losing everything. I know, like how some of you like to take your coats off outside and we tell you to keep them on. Look what happens. These kids lost their stuff and left it there. But no mitten. What would happen if you took off your boot or your mitten and stuck it in the snow? It would get cold, right? So we're going to be talking about, after this book, cause and effect. You do one thing and something else happens. You take off your mitten or your boot and your hand or your foot gets cold. Oscar, you found it. Ooh, that dog is pretty smart. A flying mitten. Does that look like a mitten to you? What's he chasing? He's chasing a bird. I remember our other story had a flying mitten when all the animals came out of the mitten, right? It flew up in the air. Oh, it's only a little bird. I wonder if he stole my mitten to make a snuggly nest. No, he's too small to carry off a mitten. He's a pretty cardinal, but an eagle could do it. Just got a good imagination. Maybe an eagle took my mitten. What do you think an eagle would do with a mitten? To keep his baby's head warm. Guess that could happen. Do you think my mitten got tired of being a mitten? Maybe it just slipped off my hand and hopped away. There are no mitten tracks, but here are some mouse tracks heading towards a woodpile. Could that mouse be using my mitten for a sleeping bag? That's a silly idea, isn't it? It's kind of cute. Or maybe he'll wear it next Halloween and be a mitten mummy. Let's go see if I dropped my mitten while we were making the snowman to surprise Miss Seltzer. I haven't seen your mitten, Annie, but why don't you look in the garden where you were making snow angels? At least she's checking everywhere she went. Mom's bought her a lot of mittens this winter. Finding missing mittens is hard work. It would be easier to grow new ones. Let's try planting the other mitten right here in the garden. Next spring, when the snow melts, a little mitten tree might sprout. Would that be cool if we could just plant clothes and then the clothing would turn into a tree and grow more clothing? Miss Seltzer and I would take good care of it all summer long. There is her mitten tree she's imagining. In the fall, we pick ripe mittens. Look how big that mitten tree's gotten. Let me open it all the way up, you can see. That is a big mitten tree. Then I'd give mittens out on Christmas. and mittens on birthdays and mittens on Valentine's Day. All kinds of mittens. Oscar, it's getting dark and starting to rain. We'll never find that mitten. I'm inside, Annie. I made hot chocolate for us, and I've got a biscuit for Oscar. Oh, she spent the day looking for that mitten, didn't she? And there's Mom. Mom or maybe Grandma. Hot cocoa for her. Look, the rain is melting the snowman, but what's that spot on his chest? He's looking out the window. Gracious, your snowman has a heart. Let's see. My mitten is the heart of the snowman. She was right? There's the mitten, you can see it. At least she didn't lose another one. All right, so I'm gonna end this video so that we can talk about cause and effect in a different one, just in case you need to take a break and get a drink or something, and then get your glue stick and your crayons and your pencil so that you can do the next part, okay?